Hi, I'm going to be your teacher for a day, and I have the sports unit. So, types of sports, places where you can do sports, the sport equipment, people in sports, and types of sport competitions. This is a map that I made, and let's just start with the types of sports. We have team sports, and the most common are basketball, rugby, volleyball, and soccer. You can play basketball and volleyball in a car, soccer in a stadium, or rugby in a pitch, cricket, football and rugby in a pitch. Then we have competitive sports. I think every sport is pretty much competitive, but there are specific ones, such as athletics, where you can do in a track. Then there's canoeing, cycling, car or motor racing, sailing, swimming, and gymnastics. Then we have the winter sports. There are like ice hockey, skating, skiing, and snowboarding. Where you can do all of this. Ice hockey and skating in an ice rink. And snowboarding and skiing, well, in ski resort or like the slope. And we have the summer sports. Sailing, swimming, windsurfing, canoeing. Then there are different people in sports, such as the captain, the player, the rival, the teammate, the spectator, and the fan. You know, like in a team, you need a captain, is the coach who trains the team, or the single person. It depends which sport you do. So there are also different types of sport competition, like a cycle race, a FA Cup, a final, a league, a long distance race, a marathon, a match, a Paralympics games, and sporting or like sports event. Then there's a tournament, walking race, like a tennis tournament.
Hey yo, it's Marco, and today I will explain you how to use first and second conditional. Ciao a tutti, sono Marco e oggi spiegherò come utilizzare il first e il second conditional. So, let's start with first conditional. We use first conditional to describe a consequence of an action, of a present or future action. Quindi noi usiamo il first conditional per descrivere le conseguenze di un'azione presente o futura. But the action is real and possible, ma l'azione deve essere reale e possibile. However, in the second conditional, we use second conditional to describe the consequence of a present or a future action, but questa volta l'azione è non reale o molto improbabile. The action is unreal or very improbable. Now I explain you how to do first conditional. First of all, we have to use if and present simple, then will or won't plus verb. Here there is an example. If I study hard, I will pass the exam. If present simple, study, will or won't, will, verb, pass. This is a real and possible action. We can also do will plus verb, and if plus present simple is the same. I will pass the exam if I studied hard. Will, I will. Verb, I will pass. If, present simple, I study. Now, let's see the second conditional. How to do second conditional? Come fare il second conditional? We have to use if, like the first conditional, but this time past simple and no present simple. Then would or wouldn't and no will or won't. Would or wouldn't plus verb. This is an example. If she studied harder, She would pass her exam easily. If past simple studied, then however the present simple is study, past simple is studied with ed, harder, would or wouldn't, she would, verb pass. But attenzione, c'è una regola molto importante. Per il verb to be, verbo essere. Always, quindi sempre, noi dobbiamo usare were, anche quando in realtà andrebbe was. Per esempio, if it wasn't so cold, we could go for a walk. Per quello che noi sappiamo dovremmo usare if it wasn't, perché it, terza persona, dovremmo usare wasn't. But there is a rule, c'è una regola. If it weren't, si usa sempre were. If it weren't so cold, we could go for a walk. The first is wrong, the second is right.
Hi, I'm Helena. I attend Gonzaga High School and I'm in my fourth year. Today I will talk about food consumption based on a text in my grammar book. This text is an article and talks about an event organized by people to feed many people, avoiding food waste. Where does the most food waste come from? For example, supermarkets reject large parts of fruit and vegetables because they are ugly, like overripe bananas or dented fruit, because they are not very attractive to buy. Another example are factories that throw away large parts of food. For example, in the UK, sandwich factory throws away 4 slices of bread and 2 crusts from every loaf. There's a lot of waste. There is also a lot of waste in the houses. You often buy more food than you need, and you end up throwing away what has expired. Many people throws away the bread crust or they cook too much food, which remains to be thrown away. All this wasted are a big problem, considering that that there are those who can't have enough food to live every day. In the article, they say that they prepared many servings of vegetable curry and drink, and for drink they pressed many apples for the juice. To avoid waste, they used the remains to feed 4 pigs. My presentation ends here. Thanks.
Hi everyone, I'm Carta Ferraro, I'm 17 and I attend the 4th year of Scientific High School at Gonzaga Institute in Palermo, and today I'm going to explain some more vocabulary about personality, appearance and clothes. Let's begin with the words about personality. Adventurous, when someone wants to try new or difficult things, like an adventurous life, and it means avventuroso o avventurosa. Brave, when you show no fear of dangerous things or difficult things, like a brave soldier, and it means coraggioso o coraggiosa. Aggressive is a violent behavior towards another person, and it means aggressivo o aggressiva. For example, the stereotype is that men tend to be more aggressive than women. Nervous, when you're worried and anxious. For example, she's very nervous about a school test, and it means nervoso o nervosa. Selfish, when you care all about yourself and upset other people, and it means egoista. Rude is a not polite behavior with other people, like a rude remark. Popular, when you liked by many people, it means popolare, and she, like for example, she was the most popular school. Jealous is geloso, when you want something that someone else has, like a new car or a new pair of shoes. Lazy is someone who doesn't like working. Is pigro, for example, is too lazy to make the bed. Kind, when you do things to help others. Is gentile, for showing that you care about them. Outgoing is estroverso, when you're friendly also with unknown people, and is opposite of shy. Unhappy, when you are not happy, so it's the opposite of happy. Friendly is a kind behavior towards other person. So let's move on the word about appearance. Adorable, when you feel your affection for someone or someone who appears adorable, is so friendly and kind, and it means adorabile. Freckles are lentigini, and they are the light brown spot on a person's skin. Cheeks are guance, and they are the soft part of your face below your eyes that could be red when you embarrass. Well dressed is ben vestito, and is someone who cares about fashion and clothes. Skinny or fat, when someone is someone who his fat weighs too much or is too thin. And skinny means magro, and fat means grasso. Cool, it's not a literal translation, but it means good or fashionable. When something is good or fashionable. For example, your hat is cool. So now let's talk about clothes. Bango is a bracelet worn on the arm or leg, and it means braccialetto. It could be silver or gold. Hat is something that covers your head and means cappello. Coat is a jacket that you wear when you are outside. It's long and it means cappotto. Jumper is a warm piece of clothing that covers the top of your body, and it means maglione. And finally, swimsuit that you wear for swimming, right for women, left for men. It was a pleasure for me working with us. Bye, see you soon.
Hello, my name is Valerio Ricata, and now I'm going to explain you how disabled people can practice competitive sport. Ludwig Gutmann was the first who thought Paralympic Games, and he treated the soldiers with horrible injuries from the Second World War. And he thought that any of his patients could practice competitive sports. So in 1948 he organized a disabled game, but only 16 soldiers participate. But in 1960 in Rome there was a Paralympic Games with 400 athletes. Since 1960 the Paralympic Games grow up in importance and size. And in 2012 in London there was a Paralympic game that welcomed over 4,200 athletes. The Paralympic Games are a multi-sport event for people with mental or physical or sensorial problems. The EPC is the global governing body of the Paralympic movement, and the president of EPC is Andrew Porson. The EPC is responsible for organizing the Winter and Summer Paralympic Games. In the opening ceremony of Paralympic Games there was various elements and ceremonies. Most of these rituals were established in 1920 Olympic Games. The ceremony typically starts with the national anthem, and after the national anthem the athletes parade into the stadium, grouped by nation. Now I'm going to tell you the story of Katie Sullivan. That is an athlete, an actor, and a person that never gave up. She was born without the lower half of her legs and wore prosthetic legs all her life. She grew up in Alabama, and when she was a child, she make up stories on what happened to his lower part of the body. She has played roles in television, film or theater. She thinks that if you believe in something, you should go for it. So at the age of 25 she decided to start running. Katie was the first person with two prosthetic legs to start running as a competitive sport. In 2008 she had to participate in Paralympic Games, but during his training she fell over. But in 2012 she participated finally in a Paralympic game in London. She didn't win, but she gave to us an example of someone that overcome her disabilities and set a new American record. Some Italian disabled athletes are Beatrice Vio, known as Bebe Vio, is a wheelchair fencer. She was born in Venice, but at the age of 11 she was affected by an infection and she had to amputate her legs and her arms. In 2013 she won for the first time the World Cup of Montreal. Another Italian disabled athlete is Alessandro Zanardi, that is a racing driver. He was born in Bologna and in 2001, after an accident, he had to amputate his legs. But he returned to racing done less of 2 years after the accident. Well, my explanation ends here, so I hope you enjoyed it, and goodbye.
Now I want to teach you some words that are referred to the world of sports and are important to create a discussion because it's important to understand better what an athlete can do. Athletes do some sports and, for example, can bounce, catch, hit, kick, pass the ball. With that action, can win the first, the second or the third place. If you win the first, can win the gold medal, the second the silver medal and the third the bronze medal. But what is important to being a good athlete? A good athlete need to be determined, generous, modest and positive for doing a good job. Now I translate you that. Allora, per capire meglio ciò che ho detto, appunto, ci riferiamo intanto al mondo dello sport, partendo dagli atleti, che, come già vi ha detto una mia compagna, fanno tanti sport e possono far rimbalzare, colpire, passare la palla. Con queste azioni, ad esempio, possono vincere il loro sport, il primo posto, il secondo e il terzo posto. E ad esempio il primo posto vincerà la medaglia d'oro, il secondo d'argento e il terzo di bronzo. Per essere un buon atleta, però, un atleta deve essere appunto determinato, generoso, modesto e positivo per avere un buon risultato, per raggiungere alla vittoria, for win. But you need to understand what can happen to an athlete when he can hurt. For example, he can break his neck, get injured, hurt himself, and he need a prosthetic leg. Allora, ad esempio, dobbiamo anche sapere cosa può succedere a un atleta se si fa male. Ad esempio, può rompersi il collo, può ammalarsi, farsi male o avere bisogno di una protesi alla gamba, che è molto ricorrente soprattutto in alcuni sport come ad esempio il calcio. So as I said before, athlete can win a game or a match, or he can lose a match or a game, and that can be devastating for the athlete. But those two things can grow up the life of the athlete. We need to know also that an athlete needs to stay fit and stay in shape to do a better job. Stay fit with a good regulation of food and stay in shape with a training session that are different for each sport. Adesso traduco. Allora, ripartiamo sempre dall'atleta. Un atleta può vincere un match o un gioco, appunto, dipende, oppure perderlo, e questo comunque può essere devastante, diciamo. Però queste due cose faranno crescere l'atleta ed è importante sapere inoltre che l'atleta ha bisogno di stare in forma. Di stare in forma sia con una giusta alimentazione, quindi col giusto cibo, e stare in forma con un allenamento che è diverso per ogni tipologia di sport, e tutto questo serve per fare un lavoro migliore. We don't finish yet. It's important for you to understand some words that are refer to a competition. Competitions start with a blow of a whistle, and when an athlete listens that, start and speed up. But an athlete for becoming first need to have a good position and need to be qualified for that. If he wins the competition, he can set a new record. Allora, dobbiamo sapere anche dei vocaboli che sono riferiti alle competizioni. Quindi la competizione inizia appena l'atleta sente il fischio di un uomo, e da quel momento l'atleta incomincia ad accelerare e a correre verso la fine. Però per arrivare primo, un buon atleta deve avere una buona posizione iniziale e deve essere qualificato per quel tipo di competizione. Se vince, se arriva primo, può anche creare un nuovo record. I hope you liked these videos and can be helpful for now these type of words that are really important. Bye.
Good morning, I'm Fausto and I'm 17 years old. I go to school called Gonzaga. Today I will talk to you about future time clauses. You can use future time clauses to talk about future plans, prediction and condition. When you are talking about the future, you use the present tense after the conjunctions, such as if, when, after, unless, before, until, as soon as long as. For example, as long as you have a balanced diet, you will get all the vitamins you need. You won't lose weight successfully unless you eat 3 healthy meals a day. The structure is subject plus will or be plus going plus verb plus future time before or until or when or after and other. You can use all the present tense, present perfect, present simple and present continuous. For example, present simple, if you don't have breakfast at home, you will feel hungry very soon. We will cook the pasta when Luigi arrives, or we will have some coffee after we get back home. Present perfect, for example, I will go to bed after I have finished my work. When I have called Luigi, we can have dinner. Or with present continuous, you will be waiting for her when her plane arrives tonight. This is future time clauses, and goodbye.
Hi everybody, my name is Ante Radica, I'm 17 years old and I come from Palermo. I'm a student and I attend the 4th Classical High School at Gonzaga. So guys, today I'm gonna explain you the differences between dynamic and state verbs. Let's learn together. I have prepared a short PowerPoint for you so you guys will follow me better. English has dynamic and state verbs. First, let's talk about dynamic verbs. Most verbs have dynamic meanings. Dynamic verbs are the verb of the action because they describe actions where something happens. They are physical. If you can see the action, you can see the verbs. I work as a doctor in a hospital. Today I'm working at the Croce Rossa Hospital. You can use them with simple or continuous forms. Other example. Today I'm wearing a red dress. Oggi sto indossando un vestito rosso. I use the present continuous. She reads the newspaper every day. Lei legge il giornale ogni giorno. Present simple. He always does his homework. Lui fa sempre i suoi compiti. Present simple. My brother is playing at computer games. Mio fratello sta giocando al computer. Present continuous. State verbs. State verbs describe state, feeling, emotion, and nothing happens. You can see as state verbs, and you can use them with continuous form. I believe the temperature is 37 degrees. In Italian, credo la temperatura sia 37 gradi. Do you understand me? Mi capisci? Mi stai capendo? I love this hot dog. Amo questo hot dog. He prefers red wine. Lui preferisce il vino rosso. Mary likes this lesson. A Mary piace o a Mary sta piacendo la lezione. State verbs are believe, understand, include, aid, wait, contain, love, prefer, and like. Mixed verbs. Some state verbs can be used in the continuous form, but with a change in meaning. Mixed verbs have a dynamic and state verb meaning. Think, have, see, smell, taste, look, feel are mixed verbs. Look. Nancy looks tired. In Italian, Nancy sembra stanca. State meaning. Lucy is looking at the pictures. Lucy sta guardando le foto. Dynamic meaning. Have. I have $1 now. Io ho $1 ora. Stative meaning. I'm having fun. Mi sto divertendo. Dynamic meaning. See. I see him. Io vedo lui con gli occhi. Stative meaning. I am seeing the doctor. Sto andando dal dottore. I am seeing him. Mi sto vedendo, sto uscendo con lui. Smell and taste. The coffee smell or the coffee tastes good. Il caffè sa di buono o il caffè sembra buono dall'odore, dal gusto che sento. I am smelling or I am tasting wine. Dynamic meaning. Sto odorando Sto assaporando il vino. Think. He thinks the test is easy. Lui pensa, crede che il test sia facile. She is thinking about the question. Dynamic meaning. Lei sta considerando la domanda. Feel. I don't feel well today. Stative meaning. Oggi non sto bene. Is feeling the melon. This have a dynamic meaning. Lui sta sentendo or toccando, tastando i meloni. With hands.
Hi guys, I'm Gabriele, I'm 17 years old, I'm from Palermo. Today we'll talk you about the food eaters, that means mangiatori schizzinosi. When I was a child I was very fussy too. In fact, I didn't like a lot of kind of food, including all kind of vegetables and fruits. But there are several reasons that cause this behavior. From the genes, i geni. In fact, some people born more sensitive to flavors than others. Often the experience they live during their childhood. If someone near a child doesn't eat something, probably he will do the same. Maybe the texture. The food's good looking and good smell are very important things for a child, and if something is too smell, the child won't take it. And at least the evolution. Usually child don't like food like vegetables, fruits and meat. And that's because this type of food can poison the body, and that's natural evolution. Of course, when the child grows, also change the capacity of eat new food. So if you want, think about something that you didn't like as a child, but love now. Bye.
Hi, my name is Sofia. I'm 16. I attend the Gonzaga school. Today I will talk about the present perfect continuous. The present perfect continuous is composed of two elements. The present perfect of the verb to be, have, has been, and the present participle of the main verb, basic form being. The present perfect continuous refers to an undefined past period between before now and now, and the present perfect continuous is used to talk about actions that have just ended or that have not yet ended. For example, I've been living, or she has been cooking since last night, che appunto significa lei cucina da ieri sera. And the present perfect continuous is used in sentences where there are for and since, and in questions with how long. For example, I've been working on this report since 8 o'clock this morning, che significa lavoro a questo rapporto dalle 8 di mattina. Oppure, how long have you been reading this book? Appunto, che significa da quanto tempo leggi questo libro?
Hi, my name is Leonida, I'm 17 years old, and today I introduce you the topic of the genes.
Our genes determine the way we look, our personality and our health. With the exception of identical twins, everyone has different genes. We inherit from our parents hair color, eye color, skin color, facial features. There are exceptions to this. Dark-haired parents can have a blonde or red-haired child. Brown is the most common eye color. Brown-eyed parents must probably have brown-eyed child, but can also have blue-eyed child. Blue-eyed parents hardly ever have a brown-eyed child.
Poor eyesight is also hereditary. Tall parents usually have tall children and vice versa. However, children are getting taller in general because of better diets. The gene for baldness comes from the father's or the mother's family, for example. Skin colors range from white to various shades of brown and black. As black is a dominant gene, usually white and black parents have black children, but not always. Genes also determine if you are left-handed or have dimples. So if you are good looking and healthy, you can thank your genes. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Hi, my name is Sergio. I'm from Palermo. I go to school, Gonzaga school, and today I explain for you the future perfect and the future continuous. So, the future continuous. His form is will be plus ing. So, talk about a long unfinished action in the prox at the time in the future. Is this okay? So, for example, in a few years, you will be living in a student's house. Will be living. Okay? So, the future imperfect. The future imperfect, his form is will plus have plus part participle. So, talk about an action that will be complete form and certain time in the future. So, is this complete time in the future? And the last one, and the example, and by the end of the weekend, you have learned how to make pizza, okay? And the negative form is formed with want. W-O-N-T-N space T.
I'm Francesco Tilla, and today I talk about the importance of social media in our life, in particular Facebook. Today, guys use smartphones and social media every day, and Facebook is the most important social media in the world and allows you to share memories by posting photos or make friends with people direct online. And this is a fantastic and revolutionary thing. Just think that two people from two different continents can talk or chat without problems in real time. Today I explain that Facebook profile photos can say more about us. So I create 4 categories of type of profile photos. The first category is we can find the girls that do their hair, put their makeup on, and look straight into camera. Together there are scenes of high self-esteem, and this is a very confident girl. In the second categories we can find a photo with a group of friends at party. And this photo can mean I'm popular, my gang is better than yours. In the third categories we can find 2 people kissing, and it's a particular type of photo, and can mean I'm on a date, we are a couple, and there is any jealous. And in the last categories, in the 4 categories, we can find a photo where you play sport, and this photo can mean I'm athletic, guys. Sport is my life, and I'm adventures. This video makes us understand what social media can say about us.